Good morning, everybody. Fantastic. So the render network was created and launched in 2019, and since then, tens of millions of frames have been rendered. Last year, we saw an opportunity and a desire and request to bring this same type of technology and the same type of network configuration to general compute. So last year, we created the Render Compute Network. We renamed that to Dispersed later last year. The Dispersed network is a general compute network capable of accepting and creating Docker images for any kind of AI workloads. You've probably heard of the kind of crazy pre-selling of NVIDIA GPUs to all the major folks, and the inability for general folks to be able to get their hands on these types of things. And so Dispersed and our network of consumer GPUs solves for this. Exactly the same way as the render network currently works, Dispersed allows for node operators to put their GPUs into the network, and when used, are able to be rewarded in render. The platform itself is incredibly secure. Comes from kind of the same hardened security protocols and things like that that we've learned from the render network. And all images are containered, Dockerized images, and are able to securely transport and be dispersed across the various nodes, and orchestration happens between them at the dispersed level. For this crowd specifically, we can do amazing image and video generation, text and language workloads, audio and transcription, and batch inference and analysis. Any types of projects that work and don't necessarily need the quickest, most real-time results. Disperse is going to be a fantastic and cost-effective way to manage that type of workload. The setup is amazingly simple. So once you've created an account and funded it, creating, launching, running, stopping, rerunning, distributing to even more nodes is all baked in, and you can either do that via a web user interface or through our API. And here is a walkthrough. We have dozens of pre-baked recipes that are ready to go. A lot of them in the for Comfy UI, and built-in text to image, image to video, video to video, image to image recipes ready to go within that. So here is an example of selecting an official recipe, default configuration, so you're able to get whatever your minimum specs are on the network, GPU size, bandwidth constraints, anything like that. And this is real time. So this is an example of pushing this Comfy UI image to a node, getting its URL, and launching that workflow. This is basically like running it on your desktop, so you can run your, get your Comfy UI workflows created, tested, and then push them out to the network at scale. So this is a image to text image job. and then stopping it right there. Billing works from start to stop. So when you are done, you can automatically cut that off and pay the couple of cents that costs to run that kind of job. You can also completely customize and edit the images. So whatever Docker container customization you can take and fork and create your own custom version of any of our official recipes, as well as tons of other Docker containers out there. This is an example taking a Comfy UI flow that you've created, customized, perfected, pushing it up to Docker Hub, and then getting it live on the network. I'm going to blast through this next one. Similar example, again, this is all accessible through the web UI. Everything also is available through API. And that is actually what I'm going to show next. Let's see, I'm just going to go to the next one. Example of needing higher GPU, better performance for this particular project. This is a image to video, so need and have selected hardware that will work for that. Here we go. So this is kind of a continuation of that project that we've been working on. Running Comfy now on Dispersed. There we go. So, a couple weeks ago, a new Gaussian splat paper was released that outlines a methodology for creating Gaussian splats training and output on consumer-grade GPUs. And within a week, the team has created an absolutely crazy dispersed powered Gaussian splat training and creation tool. Now this, I'm going to read some of this stuff because this all came very quickly here. So this tool, you submit, you distribute, and you deliver the Gaussian splat all through the Disperse network. And in this particular tool, which is available at otoy.studio, we've got 4 different types of Gaussian splat results that you were able to create. We've got our standard 3D Gaussian splatting, which is web viewable output compatible with all standard viewers, anti-alias rasterization with selective atom optimization for smooth production quality results, scales from 30 to 500 input images. We also have a neural harmonic textures with this is the maximum visual fidelity. A neural texture layer captures specular highlights, complex lighting, and fine material details that standard methods miss. The highest quality pipeline for demanding production work. So we're walking through each of these as I'm talking here. We also have the instant splat, and this one's pretty amazing. So this is results with as few as 3 images, uses neural geometry prior instead of traditional photogrammetry. So no structure from motion is needed, and that's perfect for rapid prototyping and small image size inputs. And then finally, 2D Gaussian splatting, surface line reconstruction optimized for mesh extraction and downstream geometry workflows, produces flat disk-like Gaussians that lie directly on scene surfaces, which is ideal for artists who need editable meshes. So again, this is all very new, has been pushed in the past week, so very cool that we were able to play with that and demo all of that so quickly. Some exciting updates on the Disperse side of things. Blender is currently in alpha for use on the Disperse network. Also in alpha, we have integrated into OpenRouter, so Dispersed will be an endpoint for OpenRouter projects, jobs, any kind of workflows there. And finally, MCP and agentic workflows available out of the gate, including work right within Octane. So you'll be able to trigger any of these kind of MCP or agentic workflows straight from the tools you're already using. Thank you.